Alrighty, YouTube, Niner Empire, what is going down? Welcome back to another video. Football is back. Currently just watched Trey Lance go down the field, put together a beautiful drive. It is the preseason, I get it. He's looks pretty good right now. And obviously, when you have a coach like Jim Harbaugh, who's one of the quarterback guru head coaches of the NFL, it always makes things a lot easier. But happy to see Trey Lance, playing like he's playing, right? Like that guy's went through a lot of stuff. You know, I've been seeing a lot of people talk about how the Chargers quarterback situation could end up like the 49ers quarterback situation in 2012, 2013 when, Alex Smith goes down with a concussion. Kaepernick comes in, fills in for Alex Smith, and Alex Smith never gets his job back. Could that happen with the Chargers? I don't know. I mean, I think when you look at the quarterbacks in Herbert and Trey Lance, Herbert definitely resembles Alex Smith, and then you got Trey Lance that resembles Kaepernick. So obviously, people are out there just talking, but would be crazy and funny at the same time if it, the quarterback situation did happen like that in LA with the Chargers. That would be absolutely absurd. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of that in the comments down below. I've been seeing people, 49er fans in particular, on Twitter talking about that. However, wanted to kind of get into the latest around 49ers training camp. The 49ers signed 4 players to their roster. They released a couple players. And then there's some injury updates to talk about as well. So we'll start by getting into the 4 signings that the 49ers had just today or in recent days. So they signed 32-year-old veteran running back Amir Abdullah. They signed quarterback Carter Bradley, wide receiver Marquez Callaway, and another wide receiver in Andy Isabella. So obviously Amir Abdullah, 32 years old. We'll get into why they signed him. You got Carter Bradley, quarterback, and then you got wide receivers Marquez Callaway and Andy Isabella. Marquez Callaway, I remember him most from the Saints, veteran guy. And then Andy Isabella also had time with the Arizona Cardinals for a very long time. So yeah, they brought those 4 guys in. They released wide receiver Equanimous St. Brown and offensive lineman Sebastian Gutierrez, I believe that's how you say his last name. A couple days ago, they also released Quintez Cephas, I believe was his name. Yeah, Quintez Cephas. So Cephas and St. Brown weren't even on the roster for like a week. And I'm sure we're going to see the same situation with some of these guys that they just signed. But during training camp and whatnot, it's so weird because they're going to be releasing guys and signing guys based off of injuries that happen, based off of, getting guys back, activating guys off the non-football injury list or the PUP list. So we're going to see a lot of that throughout training camp and the offseason. They also released Malik Knowles and safety Jalen Mahoney. Malik Knowles was a wide receiver, and then they activated Ben Barch from the non-football injury list. So those are the latest signings and releases coming out of 49ers camp. Moving on to the latest injury updates, because there's a couple guys on this injury list here that is a little bit alarming. Not serious injuries, but it is worth noting for sure. Jauan Jennings, we'll get into him first. He has a calf injury that he's been dealing with that happened at the end of the offseason program. I guess he re-aggravated this calf. Not great considering the 49ers are already down Brandon Ayuk, and we really, really need Jauan Jennings to have another big year. And not only that, but, Ricky Pearsall was activated from the PUP list a few days ago. I made a video on that, but he was up or activated from the PUP list following his hamstring injury. So Ricky Pearsall and Jauan Jennings both not 100% healthy. Obviously, we have a lot of time left until the season starts, but Hopefully, these aren't injuries that continue to come up. We can only hope, right? In other news, Diamador Lenore and Jordan James are among the others that are currently sidelined. So Diamador Lenore is out for a few practices due to hip irritation. And then Jordan James, the rookie running back, is also dealing with knee issues, which isn't great because the 49ers traded Jordan Mason before the draft and drafted Jordan James as his replacement. Obviously, you've also got Isaac Garindo as well, which he's healthy. But either way, I don't love to hear that Jordan James is dealing with a knee issue. And then Diamador Lenore, again, he's got that hip irritation that happened just a few days ago. I don't think this is going to be an ongoing problem, but what do I know? He's going to be out for the next couple of practices. So, I mean, the 49ers cornerback room right now, I think the best cornerback the 49ers have is Upton Stout, and he's kind of been struggling. He at least struggled today during one-on-ones with Russell Gage. He got beat 3 times in a row by Russell Gage. Again, practice makes perfect. I'm not going on a limb here and saying that Upton Stout's not going to be a good player, because I do think he will turn into a pretty productive corner for the Niners, but don't love to see him getting beat 3 times in a row by Russell Gage, who tore his patellar tendon a couple years ago and hasn't played in 2 years. Not great. But yeah, again, I mean, I think Upton Stout's a rookie, right? Like he still has a lot of learning to do. So yeah, that's something else worth noting too. Upton Stout did not have the best of days, but he is literally like the best cornerback that the 49ers currently have. Darrell Luter Jr. has been struggling big time. He keeps getting beat on deep balls. That's not great. I think this is the second practice. Today was the second practice in a row where he's gotten beat on deep balls. Don't love to see that. And then obviously, additionally, Renardo Green is still out with that hamstring injury, which I talked about a couple of videos ago. So that's the latest coming out of 49ers camp when it comes to injuries and signings and releases and things like that. So yeah, I'll continue to keep you guys updated. Something else worth noting too, I seen a report I think yesterday it was, Nick Bosa, I guess, dominated Trent Williams during one-on-ones a few days ago in practice, and Trent Williams is getting frustrated. Iron sharpens iron is the way I look at that. There is no doubt in my mind that Trent Williams is going to be the Trent Williams that we all know and love come September, come week 1. But that's good to hear. I mean, that's good on Nick Bosa's end, right? Like, but then, I'm sure here in the next couple of weeks, there's going to be a lot of times where Trent Williams dominates Nick Bosa, but Nick Bosa's in for a big year this year, I think. He definitely had more of an off year last year, but I think with the addition of Mykel Williams, the 49ers beefing the interior D line up with drafting CJ West and Alfred Collins and signing Bryce Huff, I think the opportunities will be there a lot more often for Nick Bosa this year. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of these signings, updates. Again, all those signings that I talked about, I mean, those are like, some of those guys probably won't be on the roster next week. I mean, I'm sure when Jennings comes back and Diamador Lenore returns, some of those guys are going to get cut. So that's just what happens during the offseason. Players are getting signed and cut, and it's just kind of this reoccurring thing that's a never-ending cycle until obviously the 53-man roster finally comes out. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of these updates in the comments down below. Again, I'll continue to keep you guys updated on everything 49ers related coming out of training camp. But until then, I'm going to finish watching the rest of this Hall of Fame game. I'm going to sit here for like the next hour and watch nobodies just because football's on. So yeah, as always, go Niners. Stay tuned. I'll continue to keep you guys updated. I'll see you guys in the next one.